Two investments you must have before January 2026. 2026 is around the corner, and if you position your money early enough, you will be among the winners. So today, I will show you two powerful investments you must have before 2026. If you position yourself early for this investment, this will change your financial future in the year 2026. So please sit tight because this is the lesson you need. If you're a new viewer, you're welcome. This channel is where we talk about how to grow our money. So please join this community by clicking on the subscribe button and also like. Thank you again. Now, what are the two investments you must have before January 2026? The number one investment is the stock market, but not all stocks. Because of the new tax reforms, some sectors in Nigeria is going to catch a lot of waves, and that is sectors like the insurance sectors, like the food sector, that is the consumer goods, and also sectors like the healthcare sectors. So any investors that position themselves on these sectors can see a massive return on investment in 2026. Now, we're going to look at companies in each of these sectors that have the potential for growth. So if you can position yourself on each of those companies or some of those companies before 2026, it's going to mean a lot for your finances. These industries will directly benefit from the Nigerian 2026 reforms. Okay, let's begin from the insurance sector, and let's begin to pick our stocks, because the upcoming insurance reform in Nigeria will expand coverage. It also increased customer participation, and there will be a lower barrier for smaller firms. So that means more Nigerians will get insured, more premiums will flow in the insurance sectors, and profits in these sectors will rise fast. Now, let's look at the three insurance stocks to position yourself for before 2026. One of the stock is M-Benefits. M-Benefits is a Nigerian company that is listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and current price of M-Benefits is just 3 naira 80 kobo, so 3.80. Now, you can, let's say you want to invest, you want to just buy 50,000 naira of these M-Benefits stocks. These are insurance companies, and this stock is performing very well now. So per share of M-Benefits is just 3.80. And if you are buying, let's say you are investing 50,000 naira, that means this 50,000 naira will buy 13,157 shares of M-Benefits. So you must position yourself very well for these insurance stocks on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And the other one, number two, is the AICO Insurance. AICO Insurance. This is also one of those top performing insurance stocks in Nigeria at the moment. The current price of AICO is just 3 naira 53 kobo per share. So let's say you want to invest 50,000 naira to buy these Nigerian shares, Nigerian stocks. That means you are going to get about 14,158 AICO Insurance shares. And another one, Sovereigns Insurance, and this also costs 3 naira 69 kobo per share of Sovereigns. So if you are buying 50,000 naira worth of Sovereigns shares now, you are getting about 13,555 shares of Sovereigns for just 50,000 naira investment. So insurance sector are one of those sectors that a lot of investors are looking at for 2026. So you should also try to position yourself on these insurance shares, insurance stocks. So M Benefits will give you 50,000 naira, will give you 13,157 shares of M Benefits. AICO 50,000 naira will give you 14,158 shares of AICO at just 3 naira 53 kobo per share. And Sovereignist Insurance 3.69 naira per share. You are getting 13,555 shares on this. And you can see all this in the Nigerian Stock Exchange through any stockbroker apps you are using. At the end of this video, I'm going to suggest few of those popular stockbroker apps you can use to buy these shares, these Nigerian shares. Still on the stocks, don't forget I said we are looking at 3 sectors for 2026. Number 1 sector is insurance, the food, the consumer goods sectors, and the pharma, healthcare, pharmaceuticals. Now, these pharmaceutical companies, industry, will benefit massively from the 2026 tax exceptions. There are tax exemptions on healthcare products and local manufacturing. So that means this industry will have more money to spend, more money to expand. And demand for locally made drug is also increasing. And these companies will be ready to scale for 2026. So, number 1 of the company you should be looking at and position yourself for 2026 in the pharma sector is Naimet Pharmaceutical. Just search for Naimet on your popular stockbroker. You will see the Nigerian stocks there. The current price of Naimet currently stands at 5 naira 30 kobo per Naimet shares. So that means, let's say you are buying just 50,000 naira for 2026, 50,000 naira worth of Naimet shares. We give you 9,434 shares. 9,434 shares of Naimet Pharmaceuticals. And the number two is Fitsin. Fitsin is also one healthcare sector in the Nigerian Stock Exchange that is performing very well. That's had a very good performance in 2025 and in 2026 as well. Investors are looking at Fitsin being one of those active sectors in the pharmaceutical sector. Okay, now current price of Fitsin is 42 naira per share, and if you are investing 50,000 naira on Fitsin, that means you are getting 1,190 Fitsin shares per 50,000 naira invested. So with 100,000 naira, you can invest in the pharma sector, in Naimet for 5.30 per share, and in Fitsin for 42 naira per share. Still on stock and those industry you should look at to position yourself for 2026. The consumer goods sector, the food industry. Now, this food industry will always thrive in Nigeria. Everyone must eat. And with new tax exemption on essential food items, these companies will have lower costs and higher sales. So let's look at 2 active companies in the consumer goods or food industry. So my number 1 here is the Dangote Sugar. This is one company that has been performing, making investors smile to the bank. And in 2026, you should be looking at this company as well, Dangote Sugar. The current price of Dangote Sugar per share is 58 naira per share. So if you are investing 50,000 naira to buy Dangote Sugar, that means you are getting about 862 shares. 862 shares of Dangote Sugar for just your 50,000 naira investment. And number two is Honeywell Flour. This company is popular in Nigeria, Honeywell Flour Mills. The current price per share of Honeywell Flour Mills is just 19.75 naira 75 kobo. So that means a 50,000 naira invested to buy Honeywell shares. Honeywell stock. We give you 2,531 Honeywell flour shares. 2,531 for 50,000 naira investment. These two companies, Dangote Sugar and Honeywell, in the consumer goods sectors, are well known for strong performances, strong profits, and consistent demand for the product. Think of sugar, think of flour, think of the growth that may happen in the coming year, in year 2026. So even though past performances does not guarantee future performance, but investors are keenly looking at these stocks and they position themselves. There is one thing I want you to know about stocks. Price of stocks go up and down. So the result of yesterday might not be the result of today. If you want to win with stock trading, you should hold for long term. People who hold stocks for long time always return profits if you hold those strong companies. So my advice is make sure that if you are investing in stocks, understand the risk that hold for long time, not for short time, because stock price go up and down. There is volatility. It is not stable. So look at all the stocks we have mentioned in all the three sectors, in the insurance sector, in the pharma sector, pharmaceutical, and in the consumer goods sectors. If we invest 50,000 naira each on each of those stocks, that is about 350,000 naira. And imagine if the stock just grow 20% because of the reforms, or even more than that. Who knows in 2026? So it's worth checking out. Check those stock out and use popular apps in Nigeria like the Bamboo app, the Trove app. You can see all this app on the Play Store, on the App Store. Just search for Bamboo or Trove. If you have any stockbroker you are using, you can also search for all the stocks on your stockbroker. So let me write this one again. Bamboo, correct spelling. Bamboo, because of beginners, Bamboo, then Trove. You can search for these names on the Play Store or the App Store. Now let's go to the number 2 investment you must have before 2026. The number 2 investment you must have before 2026 is the index funds, ETFs. Maybe you are saying, I don't have time to study stocks, because let's say the truth. If you want to trade stocks, you need to watch out for news, you need to do analysis, you need to check the market. If you don't have time for all that, or you are new to the market, you just want something simple, then your best option is an index funds. This is the second investment you must have before 2026. But what is an index funds? An index funds automatically invest your money across Nigeria's top performing companies. So this gives you diversification, stability, and long-term growth without daily trading. Let me explain. Now, instead of you picking one company to buy, an index fund pick list of companies. These are companies. Then this becomes a basket, an index. Let's call this one down C ETF. So it means all the company here are now called down C ETF. So instead of buying those stocks one by one, if you buy down C ETF, that means you are buying all the stocks in one basket. Do you get? An ETF is just a basket of many stocks. The professionals has already picked performing stocks inside the basket. Then they will give it a name, that this basket is an ETF and it is called this. Just like this example, down C ETF. The real example we have in Nigeria at the moment, the real example of the ETF is called the Stanbic IBTC ETF 30. And this track the top 30 companies, on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So an index fund is perfect for long-term investors. This year, the index fund, the index 30, meaning the top 30 companies in Nigeria, has returned about 43% thereabout this year. So that means if you don't research for stocks to buy, if you don't do any analysis, and you just buy a Nigerian ETF, you can still see returns as much as that 40% year to date. So I hope you understand what an ETF is. So if you don't want to do any stress at all, just buy an ETF. There is another ETF in Nigeria. It is Lotus Halal Equity Fund. And this one is a Sharia compliant index fund. It is a Sharia compliant index that invests ethically across major Nigerian stocks. When you hear the word ethical, it means it is an halal equity that does not invest in anything gambling, anything aqua, or anything interest based. So just think of an index fund as a lazy route to wealth. You invest and let the markets do the work. So that is the two investments you must have before January 2026. Don't wait till 2026 when everyone is already rushing in. The best investors move before the crowd. So position yourself very well for all these investment opportunities, these two investments now. But don't forget, like I said, this is not a financial advice. Also do your own research and also consult your investment advisor before you take any financial decision. Thank you again. And if you enjoyed this video, if you gain anything, please don't forget to subscribe and like. Share it with someone who is serious about investing. And let's grow together in the new economy of 2026. Thank you again, and I see you in the next video.